Just a quick video to explain what happened yesterday. I think 1,200 of you saw it before it got Goombay dance banned. The good news is that these days Gulag Tube, they don't have a monopoly. There are other services available that do exactly what Gulag Tube does. One of them's called Odysee, that's spelled Odysee. And if you want to find material that has been Goombay dance banned off Gulag Tube, all you need to do is to type in the name of the censored content creator from what they're called on Gulag Tube. Whack that into Odysee and their channel will come up, and you can just subscribe to it there and watch everything. So these days it's very difficult to censor people. So that's the first thing to say. You can watch anything that's been Goombay dance banned off Gulag Tube. Just go over to Odysee and search. You'll find the channel, no problem. Second thing to say is that a word too that the censorious is it's too late, mate. It's all. Why would I be interested in trying to tell lies about things that have already happened? For the likes of this guy that I know, Damien, or used to know. For the likes of people who've been Britney Spears too, you might not like me talking about it, but it's not going to change your situation. Once it's in, it's in. It's not going to come out again. There's no refunds with the Britney Spears and the boosters. So I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't know what's happened to you already. I don't know what's going to happen to you in the next 4 or 5 years. I don't know, maybe my advice to you would be get right with God and also just enjoy yourself whilst you still have time. It's not going to change anything, is it? The excess thingamajigs, they're off the scale. We've got huge amounts of people being offed by the snake bites. And even if the government lies about the number of people who are being taken out of the game, it's not going to change people's perceptions, because what's happening now is that the general public can just see people. What's that phrase? Disappearing suddenly. Let's say, and we're not talking alien abduction here. It's all very sad, but and also people can see that the ones that are being taken early before their time, they're not members of the control group. So people you're not going to get away with it, mate. Really sorry about that from your point of view. You can carry on lying, but it's just a matter of time before people will come. Well, best case scenario, you get taken to court, don't you? Rather than, I wouldn't want people to start knocking on your door and, no, but, you can't discount that possibility either. I don't want to live in a Mad Max society myself, so it's really important that people keep it peaceful, but I'd be worried if I were you. Personally, from my own perspective, I believe in the rule of law, so I'd want people to be taken to court, locked away for the rest of their lives. The other thing that I would recommend as well is that the assets of those that took people to the concerts, the family assets seized, sold off, and the proceeds used to pay compensation to the people that were harmed, by the Britney Spears and the boosters. Including your new Jaguar that you paid for using the 120k that you got paid from the taxpayer for doing the Britney spearing. Yeah, and just censorship doesn't work. That's just. I think we're going to move into a new phase. Even if I don't know, sites like Odysee get completely taken down, what will happen instead is people will go analog. So it will be a bit, I don't know if you've seen that film, or it's a book actually made into a film. The book's superb. It's called Alone in Berlin, and it's a story of this parents. Their son died in World War II fighting the Russians. You know, so it's some sort of German family, and the parents are kind of quite bitter about it. So what they do is that they start fighting against the authoritarianism in Nazi Germany by writing postcards that are critical of the regime, that tell people the truth, and just leaving those postcards on cafe tables or in a lift, or so people can read them. And you know, I can see that happening, and I think people know the truth now. As I said yesterday, it's there's these people who are just reluctant to admit that they were wrong, but they know in their heart of hearts that, yeah, they made a really massive mistake. You know, again, I'm thinking about the people that complied and had it to go on holiday. They know that they're Donald Ducks, basically, and it's all very sad. But there you go. The other thing that I said yesterday that's worth repetition is how they use fear. They use fear to manipulate your behaviour, get you to do something out of fear, do something that you otherwise wouldn't have done. Because these scumbags, they work on the basis that they need your consent. Basically, where we are now in the world, that's governed by Satan. Satan is allowed to test us, and this is what the last 2-3 years has been all about. So even going to the concerts, that was a choice. That was a choice. You had to consent to having or to taking the sheep dip. You had to consent to it. So this is what they do. They use fear to get you to do something that you otherwise wouldn't do. Yeah, what I would say is, it's in the book of Matthew, isn't it? The Gospel of Matthew, where Jesus says to his disciples, don't fear those who can just like kill you. You know, fear him, God, who can not just destroy your body, but also send your soul into hell. You know, and I fear, you know, for the likes of Daryl Moron, that a particularly hot place down below, a place for him will have been reserved there for him, because I don't know, to actually profit from, you know, offing thousands of people, millions of people. It's awful. But anyway, that's what they do. They use fear to manipulate you. So don't fear those who can. I'm not bothered myself personally. They can do whatever they want. But the one thing that they won't do is get me to sell their soul and to sell my soul to them and go along with all of this stuff. I just won't do it. So, and I think about 30% of the population won't do it either. And this is what it is. It's just a battle for people's souls, really. And you need to make your mind up. Are you in the material world with Satan? Or are you more enlightened? Are you realising that there's more to 70 years here? That's all. So, God bless you.